Right, we are gonna look at two bags today. We don't look at bags that often on this channel, but they are an integral part of photography. Absolutely, they might not be as exciting as a brand new prime lens. I totally get it, but they're so important for keeping your gear safe and for moving around safely with them, traveling, all that kind of stuff. The right bag will make a huge difference to your life. And we have two bags from Gomatic to have a look at today. We've got a smaller one, which is much more for kind of travel, maybe in the city, at least that's how I would use it. And then more of a traditional camera backpack, which we'll talk about in a second. But let's start off by talking about the Gomatic Luma Sling camera bag, 12 liters. Now, there's a lot of cool stuff about this bag that might at first glance seem like small things, but they really add up to be super handy stuff. The actual material of the bag feels nice. I mean, it just feels nice against the skin, but it's also water resistant as well, which is important, of course, if you are out and about. I would use this kind of size bag for traveling and also, like I say, going up into the city, because realistically, you'll see inside, we've got 3 compartments. So probably I'm popping camera, lens, maybe another lens, and maybe some kind of audio thing in there for me because of the video. But you could probably get away with camera, lens, if you wanted to, as well as some accessories and little bits as well. But before we get into the inside, it's definitely worth noting that the strap is really comfortable. The actual padding on this strap is just really nice, which means whether you wear it just over one shoulder or whether you wear it across the body, it's just a comfortable bag to be wearing. And then the first of the little touches, which I think is really cool and makes a difference, is that you've got a handle actually on the side here, which you might be thinking, what? But that means that you could put this in the top of your luggage like this and essentially have a handle pass through like that. That's clever. The next clever thing, this is my favorite thing in the whole bag. Let's open this up. So we've got one nice big zip across the top. We open this main compartment, but the first time you do, you'll notice there's a little bit of resistance. And that's because there's a magnetic open and close. Oh, I love that. That fixes the main problem I've had with sling bags in the past, which is that realistically, you are completely unzipping and zipping the top, and then maybe you still got it on, but now the top is kind of flapping open, and then do things fall out? Whereas this means that if you're still wearing it, you still want to be able to grab something, you're taking some shots, then grabbing something else, you can just flip that close, and that's not going to open, right? There's still just enough resistance, which means it is closed. And then you zip it up when you actually want it closed. I think that's such a clever thing. That's clearly been designed by someone who uses camera bags regularly, because you can just tell. Now inside, we've got this mesh pocket at the top, so you can pop things like, I put my cards in there, but you could put, whatever you want, wallet, keys, phone. Some people like to use their kind of everyday items in the top. I like to put things like spare batteries and cards in the top bit, but you do whatever you want to do. And then we've got the 3 compartments, like I said before, in the bag itself. You can move these slightly if you want to have one compartment bigger than the other 2, which means you can get a camera, lens, and then 2 more lenses in there, depending on their size. Or you could put something else in there, camera, lens, audio equipment, whatever you need for your traveling. But this is nice and sturdy, right? It's nice and protected. So your stuff is nicely padded in there without it being overly heavy. The whole thing is nice and lightweight and comfortable, which is, for me at least, one of the most important things about the whole bag. Now let's look at this backpack. Before we go any further, can I just say, how nice is this color? I didn't think I'd love a green backpack like this, but it is so nice. And actually, everyone I've shown it to so far loves this color. I appreciate this is completely personal preference. I'd love to know, actually, do you love the color? Let me know in the comments. But I can't believe how into it I am. Now, a similar kind of situation here. The actual material on the outside is very similar to on the Sling bag, water resistant as well, which is nice and handy. And on this bag, we've got areas on the outside to actually attach other things. So in this here, for example, you could use a shock strap to attach other things to the bag if you wanted to, whether that be a jacket, other camera equipment, whatever you like. Or for example, in the side, we've got this little pocket, which again has a magnetic open close. So it just stays flat if you're not using it. But otherwise, you can open that out and actually pop a tripod in there and strap it in if you want to as well. You've got the option to strap it in again with a shock strap just there. If you're not going to pop a tripod in there, you could absolutely pop a water bottle in there, no problem. And if you're not using it at all, it just stays shut with the magnet. Just stay on the outside for 1 second, nice and comfortable in the back, which is so important on a bag. There is nothing worse than a bag that digs into you, hurts, or is just generally uncomfortable. the opposite of what you want. This is nice and padded on the back, and the actual straps have a sturdy kind of rigidness to them, which just makes them way more comfortable when you're moving around for extended periods of time. And of course, you can strap yourself in if you want to kind of move the weight around where it's actually on you. Actually getting into the bag, you've got 3 different ways to get in. You've got side access on the other side to where we had our water bottle tripod situation, so we can get in just there. We've got top access, which is useful for, again, kind of your everyday items, wallet, phone, keys. You've got a whole compartment in the top to just pop everything into, as well as another little kind of hidden pocket actually right on the top, which again, you could pop whatever you like in there. I think for me, I'd probably use that for cards, batteries, maybe even for filters, but I might pop that in the top compartment as well. And then the main compartment you're getting into from the back, which is always the better way to do it, I think. So the main compartment, let's open that up so we can see inside. We've got a laptop pocket on this side, as well as kind of little mesh pockets as well. So you can pop your laptop in when you go traveling, which I think is super handy if you want to edit on the go, for example. Or you know what? If you just want to use your laptop for whatever you want. And then you've got nice compartments in the bag itself. These, again, are these nice rigid dividers, which keep things nice and safe. You can move these around a little bit so you can get more or less space in each of the different compartments. This is the top compartment, which again, you can get through from the top. And it has a little lip across the divider. Again, tiny thing, makes a huge difference because it means that things aren't spilling from the top compartment down into the rest of the bag, which can happen, and I have had happen with other bags. And now I'm not going to tell you how to organize your stuff in the bag, but you have got a lot of organization for the way you want to lay things out inside the bag, which is always great. And moving things around just means you can really do this however you want to. This is, again, a bag that has been designed with photographers in mind, or videographers, hybrid shooters. You can tell that a lot of thought has gone into what makes your life easier as a photographer. You really want the bag to work for you, and that feels like what these bags do without being massive, really cumbersome, huge things. Look at the size of this. This is just like a normal backpack, right? If I was just wearing this out and about, it wouldn't feel like I've got a massive camera bag, but I could have loads of kit in here. And that's probably my favorite thing about it, is I don't have to go out with this mammoth heavy thing on my back. Actually, it's quite stylish and quite nice. Not that it's a fashion show, but I don't hate that it looks nice, right? That's fine, isn't it? I think that's fine. And I'll be honest, I'll be totally honest with you. I'm a bit over massive bags. I like having things a little bit more compact. I just don't find that they need to be that massive. I'm a huge fan of these bags. Now you can check out both of them, the Sling and the backpack, by following the links down in the description to go and see them on our website. Full pricing and all the fun stuff and all the different spec that you want to know about. Otherwise, don't forget to like, subscribe as well, because there's new content all the time. I will see you in the next video, but until then, as always, thanks for watching.